Oh, okay. There we go. Greetings, royal kings and queens. It's your host, Queen Tulsa, and we are definitely back with another show. Today, we will be speaking and engaging on the topic in the trans community. So, this will be the trans exclusive experience with a special guest that will be here very, very, very shortly. And so we definitely want you guys to come out, enjoy the conversation. If you have questions or anything like that, you can definitely, we'll have a segment to where you guys can come up and ask questions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go on our break and we will be right back.
What's a girl to do? She needs love. Girls need love. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have you breathing? I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you can't fight. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be healing. I can be real good. We don't get any feelings. Hey, I need some love.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring up our guest. Beautiful. Welcome. You're using your Instagram name.
Yes. Hello, everyone. It's Don Rockstar. Hi.
Yes. So listen, go ahead, Don. Go ahead and let the people know who you are, what you do in the community, um and the goal or the message that you want to get out today for the people.
Okay. I'm Don Rockstar. I'm the niece of the first Black television star, and in the LGBTQIA plus community, I enforce pronouns. I am an activist for. Well, let me say this: in the state of Iowa, it's really hard for transgender women to get female on their ID. So I'm currently trying to work with allies to go ahead and get the laws, changed and reversed to where it's like the state of Illinois. It's simple, it's easy for transgender women to get female on their IDs.
Right, understandable. So that's a deep topic right there. Because when we talk about how we want to be addressed and the pronouns that we go by, I've noticed like it's been very complicated for the biological women. Have you noticed that?
You said it's been complicated for the biological women. What exactly do you mean?
No, I said, with trans women or like trans men wanting to identify a certain type of way, there has been pushback from the black. Well, from what I've seen with the black women and us when it comes to like pronouns and stuff like that, they have a problem with it. You're not really a woman, like a confrontational type of individual. Does that make sense?
Yes. Um, I don't really understand what is the whole big deal when it comes to cisgender women and transgender women. Like we're both women. Just one is trans and the other is cisgender. Like I don't understand why is this such like a feud, a battle. Like it's just I don't know. It's just really all over the place.
Well, here, I'm gonna jump in with this. When it comes to their gay friends and their gay homeboys, they can call them girl all day.
Yeah, then that's weird. But when it comes to the actual trans women, it's just different. Like I don't. They need to make it make sense
Make
because
it
I
make
don't understand.
sense. I mean, I've been really battling with that in my head for like, I want to say like the last week and a half. And I'm like, it didn't resonate with me until like after the Just Hilarious and things like that. But I'm like, I don't see what the big deal is. They're saying, well, why don't nobody protect us, and making it seem like trans women are after their gender or their identity or
We're definitely not. We in our own lane, minding our own business. And if you want to be real, it's really them, cisgender women, that are making it a big deal about trans women, how we live our life, our restrooms, this and all that. Like, it's really them, to be honest. We're not going around worried about them. They're worried about us. Like, and then they always want to bring up that we're quote unquote stealing their man, this and all that. I'm like, we're women. Men are naturally going to be attracted to us. We're women. Like, whether we're trans, cisgender, we're a woman. We look like a woman. We live our life like a woman. Our ID says female. Men are supposed to be attracted to us. What do you think is supposed to be attracted to us? Another woman? No.
well, it's very interesting that we got on that topic because when we talk about living out loud and living in our truth, I think that we don't, well, I know for a fact that we don't get the credit that we deserve. I was reading in the, I don't know whose channel it was, but there was a man that was getting married, and I don't know if he confessed it, but he had intercourse with men in college, and she didn't want to marry him.
I did see that.
What are your thoughts on that?
I felt like she was doing too much. I felt like she was doing too much. Like, if that's what he did in college, I mean, in college, everyone is curious about something, and he just happened to be curious about but the same sex. He tried it. Maybe it was for him. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think that she should have bashed him like that, and even went as far as going to social media. Like, from what I had gathered from the video, I think it was just like a one time thing or something. Like, it wasn't recurrent. It didn't happen again. So I don't know what her big deal was. Like, come on now.
Oh, I'm gonna have to straddle the fence on that one because being the girl, okay, and we are assuming that this dude is telling us that he's a top and artist, and then we find out otherwise, right? So
Yeah,
I would kind of be in between that because I'm gonna be like, well, as long as we've been dating and then now we're at the point where we're about to get married, you don't think that you should have let me know that before, or why not just keep it a secret?
right.
You know?
And that I
Um,
definitely understand that because I just went through a similar situation like last week. It was a guy that I've been dealing with for a while, and I just found out that he's bisexual. And I myself, I don't like gay men. I don't like bisexual men. I like straight men that love women that are trans and cisgender. I had no clue until last week that he has had sex with a man. That broke my heart. Oh my god, I was really embarrassed, to be honest.
yeah.
It's, so I can understand where she coming from. Why she was upset, very mad. I can.
So let me ask you this, because that really hit you. Go back into that moment. You find out what was the conversation like beforehand. I'm all top. I'm masked. I like that feminine lady. I'm into trans women. I'm only into T girls. What was his conversation like before you found out that he was bisexual?
What was the conversation like before I found that he was bisexual? That he was only into women, trans, cisgender women, and he masculine, top, dominant, from the streets, this and all that. And then this one day, last week, hey, dude, can we have a threesome with a femboy with a gay guy? And I'm like, what the hell? You know how hard I push for straight men that mess with transgender women, and you're gonna sit here and ask me that, like, seriously? Now I'm like, okay, so have you done that before?
Mhm.
Come to find out, yes, he has. Yeah, he hid that from me because he knows me. Like, he knows how hard I be going for the straight men that mess with transgender women. And yeah, he played me.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
my gosh. Okay. I've been played before too. So, I mean, I knew it, but it's like sometimes I felt like I had to just, like, I'm just going to go ahead with your story and I'm going to wait for you to tell me. But all the way like I'm in the background, like doing my research. But I don't know when it comes to those closet cases, that bothers me. Don't tell me that you're just into me and this, that, and the third, and then I have to find out something later on. And like you said, y'all, you trusted him, and so to be uh for him to turn around and give you the finger pretty much and just be on with his life. Let's talk about some of the struggles that we have in the trans community. Um, as far as like your family, when they first found out or when you first had come out to them, what was that like for you?
Um, Everyone pretty much in my family knew that, well, at the time, because I wasn't transitioned then, at the time they knew that I was going to be gay or bisexual, because I've always been like, flamboyant, like real femme.
Mhm.
It was just always, everyone knew that I was going to be how I am. But when I actually came out, it came out of my mouth and said it, it was, it was a struggle. It was a lot. I had to hear a lot from my brothers, from my aunts, because my family, it's a real religious background, very religious.
Mhm.
And yeah, they were just verbally abusing me, mentally torturing me with just like all of the talks, all the things that they were saying. It was really hard. So I don't know, it's just wow. It just seemed like now it's easier to come out versus than it was back then.
Right. I totally understand, and I'm a piggyback off of that. When I had come out, child, I was rushed to the church for prayer, and it was a lot. Um, and like you said, I don't know, I guess is the different times that we're going through life in, because like in our parents' days, like they have to be hush hush, but like now in this day and time, you can be and you don't have to hide anything. And I think that that's trauma. Well, I know for a fact it's trauma because it's like you have these emotions and these feelings and you're told to shut up and be quiet, right? And you don't mean no harm because you're just going off of what's going on up in here, right?
Right.
Um, and to your point of being religious and things like that, I've been called crazy, I've been called the devil and things like that, and it's like I just didn't see how that was fair because like I'm a human being, like God, was I a mistake? Like I'm starting to question God because I didn't know what was going on,
Right.
but as I went through the process, all that was worth it because look at us today.
That whole part. And the thing that used to really bother me the most was that they used to always say that like I'm making a choice to be like this. I'm like, how can I make a choice like this if these are natural feelings? Like I can't control these feelings. This is just how I feel naturally. Like I'm not attracted to the sex that y'all want me to be attracted to. I'm attracted to men naturally. Like I can't help it. Like as long as I can remember, I've always been attracted to men.
Mhm.
Never had no sexual desire for no woman. None of the things. It's just always been man.
Well, that's a great point, and that pushes me over to do a confession. I was actually forced to be with a female, and now that I think about it, it was given. I had the little Boosie experience. Like one of my parents, put something together and wanted me to have fun. I'll just put it like that. Um, I just feel like I knew I was different at a young age, and nobody can tell me different. And as many whippings that I got, I mean, it didn't work. I'm still here, and
Hard because they try to beat it out of me too, and I'm like, this is not. You can't beat it out of me. Like it's embedded in me. I'm born this way. A lot of people may disagree with being born this way, but it's really real. Like it's really real.
absolutely. So, did you hear about the trans woman that was in Baltimore and she was attacked by the trade that she was getting her substances from to go to the next level?
No, I didn't hear about that. What?
Yes. Okay, so here's a clip from Maddie's show. Um I'll go ahead and here I'll speed it up a little bit. But let's take a look at this and then give our commentary on it.
Okay.
Update.
Please talk about that.
So I went to Baltimore. I don't know if y'all did you get the video about you told me. Okay. So the girl in Baltimore, we had a rally for her. Kenya, first of all, is struggling with drug abuse.
Okay.
When that video happened, a lot of people were wondering why Kenya didn't respond when she was being hit with those crates and kicked and all of that other stuff. Kenya was going through a relapse. Those boys are her sellers. That night, Kenya went for her fix, could not afford to pay. They taunted her. And when she was trying to get away, she asked them to move your cute ass out the way. Not because she was interested, but because she's high. Y'all sell to this girl on a regular. So you know what kind of girl she is. You know she's not in her right state of mind. And y'all still took the opportunity to beat that girl. Here's the update. We went up to Baltimore swiftly and held a rally for her. We shut down the streets. Thankfully, and this is why I say not all cis women and the children are our future, 2 young girls coming home from school, walking back down that way, ID'd 2 of the young boys that were a part of it. When they ID'd the young boys then said that they were going to pull a strap out on the girls for snitching. This girl, even the day of, was still in relapse and remission. And when she saw these boys, she had PTSD. She couldn't even speak because she was so afraid of what they were going to do to her because she came back with all of us. So when I tell you girls who are not Black to be careful about how y'all navigate these streets with these young Black boys because y'all can get away with things that we can't get away from, this girl was a customer and client of theirs. Comes to them frequently. These young girls ID'd them in front of the police. We had a full video and a willing participant from somebody at another business that had a clearer version of the video, and no arrests were made. So when I sit here and I say this, I don't want y'all to think that I'm coming for white girls or I don't like Latina women or I'm just some mad, Black, dark-skinned bitch, because it's not about that. It's about the fact that we can come with all the evidence in the world. And not only is social media going to try to find a way to justify it without knowing the details of what this girl was struggling with and the fact that they were enabling her habit, but also that she's never going to get justice because now all they see is a transgender crackhead who's going to do it again. And so therefore, why should we pull these young boys off the street if she's just going to buy something else from another set of them? And thus the cycle fucking continues.
Yep.
Wow. That was I do now that I've seen it, I do remember that clip. They was like outside of a store and that was horrible. That was real effed up.
Oh, as a trans woman, do you feel safe in America?
Yes and no. And the reason why I say yes is because certain parts in certain cities I feel safe and then other parts I don't. It just depends on where I'm at, who I'm with, and what's going on.
I agree. I actually don't feel safe in America because there's been occasions where stuff has happened and you call the police, and I don't think that they're equipping these police with ways to communicate and work with LGBTQI plus. when it comes to trans, I just feel like the police have they get very aggressive.
Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen that.
I mean, it'd be a lot. Um, Let me ask you this. So, have you been betrayed by like a biological woman, a friend of yours? Have you ever been like a friend with a woman, and then soon as y'all get mad, now you went from yes girl to yes boy and yes man. You're a man, you're not a woman. Um, can you share a little bit about that and how that makes you feel?
I have experienced that, and it when I experienced it, it made me feel very very angry for one because the person that it happened with, we have been friends for many 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 years. Literally have watched me transition from the beginning up until then because we're not cool no more, and it just I don't know, it just seemed like real fake, and it made me feel um betrayed. And some of the things that they were saying was very, very hurtful, and it did hit my heart because, like again, I've known this person for a very, very long time, and they've watched me transition and all the things. So yes, that was not a good feeling. I was crying and everything. Like it actually happened on social media in front of a lot of people. Yeah, it was given humiliation.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to experience that. I understand where you're coming from. Because that happened to me as well. And it's like, as a trans woman, you have women in your community. My goal is to like, I don't have no beef with anybody in my community or women. Just respect me and I respect you. And I don't think that that's a lot to ask for. I
Right.
think if a person is just being nice, kind, and polite, um, but it goes back to how people were raised. It goes back to how people were raised because we would say, okay, they should have respected that. But if they weren't taught respect, or I think it's like it could be something different too. I kind of be feeling like some people be fighting their own battles of their inside and how they feel on the inside, and they're just not as comfortable as us that say, okay, I've evaluated myself. This is where I am in my life, and this is where I'm pushing. I'm not going to care what nobody think about me, and I'm going to live the best life that I can. Have you noticed like some people maybe in your family, friends, or something like that, they held out on telling the family that they were gay or trans or bisexual, and they transitioned at a later age?
Yes, there is people in my family that have came out at a late age, and yeah, I believe it's because it's like kind of it's 50-50 now, like acceptable and then again it's not acceptable. And yeah, I just feel as if like if my cousin, this who I'm speaking about, if they would have came out back years and years and years and years ago, it would the same the response that he got today, it would he wouldn't have gotten that response back then.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Because now in these times we're a little, it's more they're more accepting and we have more knowledge of it. We have T.S. Madison. And I don't care for Flame Monroe. I kind of feel like Flame Monroe really hurts the community with the he, she, we. Like I didn't transition to be called he, she, and we.
No, that's like a mockery. Like that's kind of making fun of the transition. If you ask me, I do not agree with that at all. And I will not be using those pronouns. My pronouns are she and her, and that's that. Not no he, him, none of that. She and her.
She and her. Wani says, thank you both for your bravery. It is acknowledged and appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Wani.
Um, wow. Let's talk about actually, since we only have 5 minutes left, let's go ahead and I don't know. I guess let's give a solution to the people, or not a solution, but give them um how should they approach a trans woman if they are curious? You
Curious,
know,
like sexual.
no, just curious, just in general. Like, oh, I want to know if she's trans, or if they are curious, like get to know you. Like, oh man,
Yeah. Um, the solution that I would say for that is to approach a trans woman and start off with I don't mean no disrespect. My intentions are not to be rude, cruel, any of the things, but I just have a serious question just so I can know and be, have the knowledge and respect you. Are you trans? And if you are, can I have your pronouns? This and stuff like that. Like don't assume, just ask.
yeah. And I think that we have like a pushback because there are some women that are made beautifully and they get questioned. So I understand. So you want to be right. That's just like even when it comes to women in pregnancy, don't assume. Don't assume. You know what I'm saying? Uh Another question. I'm just so giddy right now. I'm kind of lightheaded a little bit, but let's see. Um a message to the biological women out there is when some, not all, when some say, I'm not going to call you a woman, you a man, and you're trying to take my place. What message would you give her?
Well, for one, I'm not trying to take anyone's space. I'm here living my life the way that I've chose to live it, which is the lifestyle of a woman. I'm a woman. My ID says female. Look like a woman, live my life like a woman. Men treat me as a woman because I am a woman. And I would say I don't want to know feud, no bras, none of that. I just want peace, unity, because I'm not against you. If it wasn't for a cisgender woman, I wouldn't even be here. So why would I disrespect a cisgender woman and even try to be in competition with a cisgender woman? Like, no, I'm not here for that.
Got it. I share the same thing as well.
Good.
Yeah. Um, oh my goodness. So we want you to come back for a part two.
Yes, ma'am. I would be
Yeah.
here.
Actually, I want you as my trans sister to come and support when you can, and we have these conversations over here because I feel like I'm out here fighting a battle on my own. It's like a war. It's a whole war zone, and I'm trying to bring like women together so trans women and women can get to know one another, can communicate, and they can understand that it's not a back and forth. It's not, oh, I'm gonna take your man or something like that. Like, we just want to exist in the places that you exist without the BS. We come, there's bad apples in all communities, but let's be willing to be educated and learn together. And I think that's how we'll come together.
Absolutely.
Okay. All
Hey,
right.
you got me on your side. I'm here with you. We fighting it. We together for sure.
Got it. So Don, go ahead and let the people know where they can follow you, and yeah, and then we'll come back for our next episode very soon.
Yes, ma'am. My I can be found on Instagram at DONNROCKSTARR underscore, as my name is right here. That's where I can be followed at. Sis, your mic is muted.
All right, guys. So I will definitely be putting Don's Instagram in the description, and I'll also put it on a community wall. Um, but guys, I want you definitely to continue to keep watching. We have more uncomfortable conversations coming up, and we just ask you guys to, just stay prayed up, stay out the way, and we gotta get our mental health in check. If we need some services, don't be afraid. I'm a mental health advocate. I know Don is an advocate, mental health, and all of the things advocate. So, without further ado, we had a beautiful day today, and we'll continue to have beautiful, purposeful days going ahead. Don, I want to thank you so much for coming by. And I'll read these two comments and then we'll take it out. Wani C says, I stand with all women. Thank you, my love. Wani C says, it's hard out here and love is easy. I totally agree. All right, my sister, I love you. And until we meet next time, so long.
Love. Peace, everyone.
Girls need love, let me tell you something. Girls need love. Girls need love. Girls need love. So what's a girl to do? She needs love. Girls need love. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say